Hey bitches, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to talk to you about did Nikita Dragun come for James Charles, and also James Charles pissing off his fans and some parents during the holidays. If you have not already checked out my video from yesterday about Jaclyn Hill clapping back at fans, as well as coming for BuzzFeed, I am going to place a card in the upper right hand corner, as well as a link down in the description. If you are new to this channel, hello, welcome. How the fuck are you doing? If you could please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and become a member of the bitch family, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you are someone who has been here for a day, a week, a month, or a year, welcome the fuck back. If you could please make sure that you have all of your notifications set to on by clicking the bell icon somewhere on the screen. Please know that everything I speak on in my videos is my own personal opinion. Opinions are not fact. I'm just finding this messy ass shit on the internet and bringing it to you guys. So please form your own opinion and leave it down below. Also, please do not send any hate to anyone or any brands that I speak on in these videos, because these videos are just meant for fun and they are just meant for us to have a shady, messy ass time on the internet. If you are familiar with Nikita Dragun, then you know that she is no stranger to throwing shade at anyone. A lot of the times it is in a subtweet, which leaves a lot of people speculating who the hell she is actually talking about. The other day she actually tweeted out, "Someone really tried it by saying all my outfits look the same. Sis, please tell that to the next influencer that only wears their merch before trying to come for me." She continued with, "No tea, no shade, but I feel like there are other influencers to fashion police." This led a lot of people to speculate who exactly she was talking about. A lot of people threw out Jeffree Star, but if you think about it, Jeffree Star doesn't really wear his merch. He talks about it over on Snapchat. Nate wears it a few times in videos and on Snapchats, but I can't say that he ever just sits there all day, every day wearing his merch for everyone to see. I do want to say this, though, before I get into the responses to her tweet. I see nothing wrong with an influencer wearing their own merch on their video. It's product placement. It makes you excited to buy it yourself because you think, oh, this influencer loves what they're putting out, so therefore I want to love it and support my favorite influencer. So I don't think there's anything wrong with promoting something that you created yourself. Although I will also say that a lot of influencers copy their merch ideas from big brands like, let's say Michael Kors, James Charles, wink wink. Someone responded to Nikita's tweet saying, "Don't come at Shane Dawson like that, boo." To which Nikita responded, "At Shane Dawson isn't an influencer, he's a god." Okay, you gotta give it up for that person, because Shane Dawson does always wear his merch in his videos. But I feel like that's kind of Shane's shtick, where he says that he only owns a few certain shirts and he has this pile of clothes on the floor and they're always dirty. He never changes his clothes or showers. And then Ryland has the big extravagant closet. So I mean, can we really hate on Shane for always wearing his merch? Again, going back to what I said earlier, it's product placement. It gets people excited. And I think that Shane Dawson's merch is actually sold at Amazon, which is really freaking cool. Another person responded with, "Jojo Siwa's brand is gone." I'll tell you what, Jojo Siwa is one of the hardest working kids in the business. I mean, she is literally freaking everywhere. I just saw her in freaking Target. What did she sell? Socks and hair bows? Like, that is freaking amazing. She does push that merch a lot too in videos though, you guys. Didn't she just show up to Joey Graceffa's white elephant party and gave everyone her merch as a present? That is, to me, is a genius idea, because you know that right now on YouTube, everyone seems to be obsessed with JoJo. So of course they're going to want to wear it. Of course they're going to want to show it off, and good for her. Side note real quick about the white elephant party, because I did do a whole video on Trisha Paytas shading Laura Lee because the iPad was put into a giveaway that she won, or air quotes, stole at the white elephant event. And I do want to play this clip for you guys real quick from Daniel Prada, because it was his party along with Joey Graceffa's. And I just want, because I think it kind of clears it up from his standpoint, and he really just touches on the subject. So here's the clip.
Wanted to address something, switching gears here. Our Christmas party, we had a white elephant party. I know there's some drama online spreading and going around. I just wanted to be kind of a voice of reason. I didn't want to really talk about it, I guess, but I'm me, and if you guys know me, I'm very opinionated. I'm not here to attack anybody. I'm not here to stand up for anybody. I'm just here to put it out there that at the end of the day, the white elephant party, the white elephant exchange was a game, and that's what it was. It was a game. It was a $50 limit. Some people didn't see that, even though it was really clear on the invitation. I don't know. There's just so much going on, and I just think it's unnecessary right now. I feel like if you have an issue with somebody, you should DM them or talk to them privately. At the end of the day, it was a game, and the gift, whichever way it's going, is going to somebody in need, whether that's being given to someone or a giveaway or whatever. I understand everybody is entitled to their opinion, but I just don't think the tweets and whatever are necessary. Hate online sucks. I've been the recipient of it. I've immaturely sent out hate. And in the past few years, I've really learned from that, and I've tried to be vocal, but also not be super negative towards anyone in particular, just because I know tweets and words can really affect people and really, put people down. So I don't know, just think for yourselves, read the situation. You don't need to send out hate to anybody just because your fave is doing so. But at the end of the day, Christmas is about giving to those who maybe are less fortunate or maybe can't afford that certain thing, and that's where this is going. The gift at hand. I'm not gonna name names, I'm not gonna name things, but yeah, anyways, those are just my 2 cents. I think it's a big situation that can be handled offline, and I don't think that's a thing a lot of YouTubers do. I don't really understand it. I don't know if it's for attention or if it's just being overly vocal about things, but I think there needs to be more adult conversations. You get to a certain point in life where you are direct with somebody versus just talking indirectly when you don't need to. I don't know, it just creates so much more friction and so much more negativity all around. I don't know, shoot a DM to somebody, grab coffee, talk about your differences. That's something I've always, I try to pride myself on doing, but I know it's hard. I know it's different for a lot of people, but drama girl. Anyways, no need for it, but a lot of love to everybody who came. Thank you so much. We had a great time.
Great. Now that that's all cleared up, let's get back to this video. Under Nikita's thing, a lot of people kept putting, at James Charles, really coming for James Charles, like your pal James Charles. So a lot of people actually think that Nikita is throwing shade at James Charles because he literally only wears items that say the word sister, which, again, in my opinion, not a big deal. He wants to sell that sister merch, and I've heard actually really amazing things about the sister merch. I heard it's top quality, people love it, and good for him. I'm glad that it's a bestseller. In my opinion, though, I don't think that this was just directed at one person. This could also go for Tana Mojo. This could go for the Dolan twins. There are so many influencers that only wear their merch on videos, so she could have been like, bitch, I'm out here getting creative with my cosplay and all these outfits I keep putting together, which, by the way, Nikita does put together some really sickening looks over on her Instagram, but I don't think it's about one person. I think it's just a blanket statement about a ton of people. Bitch, before you come for my outfits, where I actually put effort into getting done up and dressed up and having these outfits made, go look at your other favorite influencers out there and clock them boo for what the fuck they're wearing. What is your opinion? Do you think that Nikita is shading James Charles, or do you think she's just talking about a ton of people and sticking up for herself because of the looks that she does put on Instagram? Definitely let me know down below. And now let's get into James Charles enraging his fans and probably pissing off a lot of parents. James Charles is never short of controversy. James Charles likes to have his name in people's mouths. He likes to tweet out things to be edgy, and he wants people to continue to have conversations about him. That's kind of the name of the game on the internet. You want people talking about you, so everything you do is still very popular. Well, the other day, James Charles decided that he was going to tweet out, "All I want for Christmas is a good dick to suck, to be honest." To most, that would seem a very innocent tweet. He's just trying to be funny. He's trying to be edgy. He's trying to make people laugh during the holiday season, whatever. Until you really sit back and remember who James Charles' core audience is. His core audience is a bunch of underage kids, and a lot of them are 12 years old. Someone responded to the tweet and said, "Been spending a lot of time with @Jeffree apparently." Before I go any further in this video, I do want to say, I have noticed, and maybe many of you have in the past as well, that whenever someone hangs out with Jeffree Star, they start to drop the walls that are around them and start to become more themselves on video and on Instagram, Twitter, whatever the hell it is. James Charles tweets out this thing about sucking dick. He used to be all about being brand friendly, like, oh my god, don't curse, don't talk about sister sucking, which I remember a video that he did where he actually was going to sister suck something. I don't remember who the collab was with, but it happened with Manny as well. After Manny hung out with Jeffree for a while, Manny started to make like very sexual comments and make certain types of videos and all of that kind of stuff. I never really understood that brand friendly thing to begin with you have to censor yourself and you have to never curse and you never have to say anything. People want to watch people that are real. They don't want to watch people that have this persona where it's everything is peas and carrots and fairies and we're going to dance through the fields. No, I would rather a brand support someone who's real. Another person responded to the tweet and said, "Your audience is like 12 years old, bro. LOL." Someone responded to that and said, 12-year-olds shouldn't have unsupervised Twitter accounts. I would have to agree. I don't think that there is really a place for a 12-year-old on Twitter. Like, what are they tweeting about? Today I woke up and I arranged my stuffed animals. Yay! There's a lot of negative things that happen on Twitter. There's a lot of negative things that happen on social media to begin with. And there's a lot of disgusting ass people out there that prey on younger children. So I don't think a child really has any place to be on Twitter. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And if your child is on Twitter, please tell me you have the password and you are at least supervising that. Like every time your child tweets, they have to ask you, is this okay if I say this? And you okay it and you lock those DMs so nobody can respond to them or fucking anything. I'll tell you what, I actually feel blessed in the fact that I grew up before social media. I grew up before, like, cell phones were a big thing. Computers, as I was younger, computers started to get introduced. But, bitch, I am so happy that I spent my days outside playing with friends and doing all that kind of shit rather than just, what's going on Twitter? Let me watch YouTube and all that kind of stuff. Because at that age, you should be out experiencing life. You should not be wasting away on social media. Someone else responded saying, I mean, okay, but do you understand the concept of having a young audience? Slow down, kid, and learn manners. James Charles, how dare you use that kind of language? The last tweet that I just read off about the language, I can almost guarantee that that person was being sarcastic because they knew that people were going to talk about this and people were going to get upset underneath it. But you know what? Rightfully so, people should talk about it and someone should be upset about it because you are saying that you want to S some good D before Christmas over on your Twitter, where I guarantee you over half the people that are following him over there are innocent children. Something else that is enraging parents and actually making people unfollow James over on Twitter is the content that he is liking. Now, why is this a big deal, you ask? Because over on Twitter, if someone that you're following likes something, sometimes it'll show up on your feed. Hell, sometimes if someone that you're following is following another person, it'll show up on your feed because they want to try to promote the account that's being liked. Well, James Charles is liking XXX type of content. And by that, I mean there's a viral few ladies over on Twitter, they're over in London, and they post comedic skits where they are looking for sexual acts. Someone actually tweeted to James and said, "Want to explain why I got this on my feed? So many kids follow you and you go liking videos of porn, which makes them pop up on people's news feeds. Why is nobody talking about this?" Well, here's the problem that I see with this. Yes, I understand that James Charles is over at the age of 18 and he is an adult. So therefore, if James Charles wants to look at porno, he can look at porno all the hell he wants. That's fine and good. James Charles' Twitter is not only his personal Twitter. He also uses that Twitter for business. If you want to call James Charles a mogul, then go the fuck ahead. Like, good. He has a great business sense. I get it. Thank you for everyone letting me know in the comments. I obviously know that. But since he is using it for business, I don't think that James Charles should be liking tweets about someone getting rammed up the butt or whatever the hell they're doing. You would think that since James Charles is so well versed in social media, he would understand that when you like something, that has the potential to go onto someone else's feed. You don't get to pick whose feed it goes onto. I'm sure that he's been scrolling through his Twitter and it'll say so-and-so liked this, and he's obviously not following the person that's in the post about the liking. I am in no way a prude or anything, but I will say in this sense, I think that parents and people alike have every right to be upset about this. Just because James, or just because I, or just because someone else thinks it's funny the type of videos that these ladies are putting onto Twitter, doesn't mean that everyone's going to agree with that. I know that James Charles has had his share of things in the past. Like, let's all remember about Ebola. We'll never forget that because that was one of the first like biggest scandals that he ever got into. But other than that, James has painted himself, in my opinion, to be brand friendly and brand safe because James is very smart and he wants to continue to make all of that money with these brands supporting him. What have you, what will you? He wants the parents to buy his palette as well. So, unfortunately for him, he hasn't marketed himself as a Tana Mojo, which people still look up to, which I'm not exactly sure why, because that's a whole other level. Maybe we can talk about that in another video. But James has come off as brand friendly. He wants parents to like him. He wants the kids to continue to like him. So he kind of has to live in that bubble online, in my opinion, where he shouldn't be liking the porn. He shouldn't be saying things like he wants a good dick to suck for Christmas. And he should just kind of stay in that lane. Like maybe be a Candy Johnson. Well, please don't be a Candy Johnson, actually, because we cannot all take any more of that. What do you guys think? Do you think that James was just making an innocent tweet, trying to be edgy, trying to be funny, just to get people talking? Or do you find his tweet kind of offensive? Because a lot of people did find it offensive. A lot of people laughed about it. A lot of people said that they stan him and all that kind of stuff. But that's to be expected, honestly. Do you think that parents have every right to be upset that porn is literally appearing on their feeds and their child's feeds? Let me know down in the comments. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please follow all of my social media, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.